Well, good morning, Q crew. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Time to get up and get in the Word this morning. Here we are in beautiful South Texas. Down at my in-laws' ranch and enjoying the beautiful songbirds this morning. It's nice and warm. It's not cold. Good morning. Yeah, it's always fun to be down here. Wouldn't surprise me if I didn't see some deer running around back here. They're out and about this morning. So, good morning, Janie and Sammy. Hi, Stephanie. There's Ashley. Haley, good morning. Courtney, good morning. Sarah and the coffee crew. All right. Nikki, Casey, Cheryl. Glad you guys are here. You can hear the dove cooing. Yep. I don't know what that one is. I'd like to know what that is. Now that's a dove cooing. But that one, I don't know what it is. I like that, though. Morning, Shelly. Good to see you this morning. Cassie, JJ. There's old Papa Nick. Dad, call me later. I need to figure out a clutch on a John Deere tractor. Dad, I need some advice. The John Deere tractor clutch is out. I have a feeling it's a split the whole thing in half to replace the clutch, which I'm probably not up for. But let's talk a little bit later, about an hour or so. I need some help, Papa Nick. Hi, Yolanda, Casey, the coffee shop crew. I could send you guys an invite, I think. Can you tell me from your end, like, hey, you want to join? Like, tell me you want to join. If there's a button where you can join, I'll log you guys in. Hey, Casey, Linda, good morning. There's old Rosalie, Pamela, Alex Ameska. Alex can't say it, Mescu. Good to see you this morning. Alex is new. Everybody say hi to Alex. All right. Yeah, Shelly, yum dove. Yeah, we love some dove too. There's old Dan Hall. Good morning. Hi, Kimberly. All right, so here we go. You want to have a quiet time this morning? I'm going to have a quiet time this morning. The problem is we finished First Peter. I don't want to do Second Peter. And I'm just not hearing from God on where we need to go next, to be honest. I don't have some big stirring inside. I want to teach this. I want to teach that. So I just don't know. I spent an hour this morning already just looking at different books of the Bible and thinking about what would I like to teach next. I don't really have anything yet. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. There's Esther. I think I want to do Esther next. Maybe Ephesians. We haven't done Ephesians, right? Maybe I'll do Ephesians. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Alex, you've been on about 2 months. You just don't always comment or watch while working. All right. Well, Alex, I don't guess I've seen you comment before. Sarah says we don't need to be on camera. All right. So what we're going to do today, Psalm 23. It's always an encouragement to me. You know, once a month or so, I'll go and just read Psalm 23. I read it and I dwell on it because it is a summation, Psalm 23. It's such a summation of, good morning, Cheryl. TikTok is with us. Hi, TikTok. It's such a summation of everything that life is about for me. We're out on the farm, TikTok, so needed to show TikTok the farm. So everybody go to Psalm 23. Let me tell you about Psalms right quick. Let me just walk you through. Alex is Kimberly Elliott's daughter. Okay, good. Hey, Jamie. So let me tell you about Psalms, just so you get a general teaching. Sorry, yesterday was kind of messy, but I hope that you guys could enjoy your Bible survey yesterday. But let me tell you about Psalms. I don't even know how many Psalms there are. I always forget. 151, 152, Psalm. How many Psalms are there? 149, 150, 150, 150 Psalms, right? And here's how Psalms lays out. In all of the book of Psalms, there's actually 5 books. In the old Hebrew time, you would have book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and book 5. And in each one of those book of Psalms is about 40 Psalms. So the way it goes is book 1 was Psalm 1 through 41. That was book 1 and go on. So there's actually 5 books of Psalms. And in each Psalms, there's about 40 Psalms. There's a lot of different authors of Psalms. David, Solomon wrote one. Asher or Asaph wrote some. Ethan wrote one. I don't even know who Ethan is. Moses wrote one. Who else? Korah, the 12 sons of Korah wrote a bunch of the different Psalms. Most of them, though, 73 of your Psalms were written by David, just so you know. And there's a number of types of Psalms also: thanksgiving, imprecatory, penitent, historical, Psalms of Zion. Those are different types of Psalms. But the category of Psalms, let me read these to you right quick. There is a lament. There's Psalms that are lament Psalms, which are in duress, whenever you're stressed, lamenting Psalms. There's praise Psalms, lots of Psalms that are about praise. We praise you, God, for being, and Psalm 23 is going to be one of those kind of praise Psalms that we're going to look at here in a minute. A really cool part of Psalms is the acrostic. Is that right? The right word, acrostic Psalms. And what they would do is, like in the Hebrew alphabet, for us, an American alphabet, it would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And each line started with the next one. It's called acrostic. A starts with the letter A, and it's like a song or poetry. That's why they're called poetic books. And the next line is B, starts with the letter B. The next one starts with the letter C. And those are acrostic Psalms. There's a number of those in the Hebrew language. That's how they lay out. There's the ascent Psalms. Whenever people would come to Jerusalem for festivals, Jerusalem is up on a hill, strategically up on a hill, but they would ascend up the hill to Jerusalem, and they would sing these songs. You know what I think of? It's kind of interesting whenever I hear about that. I think of, remember how we see the movies where back in early times where they would be picking cotton, and all the black folks were singing songs as they picked cotton. And they had these songs and hymns that they would sing, and they were all kind of singing them together. Or the chain gang guys in prison that are out on the chain gang working on the railroad, they all are singing the song as they work. Well, all these people that were ascending up to Jerusalem were all singing a song as they would ascend up to Jerusalem. Those are called ascent Psalms. Didactic songs were Psalms of wisdom or instruction. They're called didactic Psalms, right? Messianic Psalms are songs predictive towards the Messiah. And then the royal Psalms were songs sung about the King of Israel. So, swing low, sweet chariot. That's it. Hi, Tony. Good morning. Psalm 23, there's a book called A Shepherd Look at Someone. Yeah. So that's kind of how Psalms lays out, just so you know. Psalm 23 is a Psalm of David. It's a Psalm that David wrote. Again, he wrote 73 of the 150, so half of them. He wrote half the Psalms. No, they're not all by by David, but Psalm 23 is a phenomenal resource, and it's one you go to over and over again. You know, some of my favorite Psalms, I've written them down here. Psalm 23, of course, I've taught y'all Psalm 51, 32, and 139. Those are 3 Davidic Psalms in that order of after David committed adultery and murder with Bathsheba and her husband Uriah. and he was confronted, and he was very repentant in Psalm 51. He was convicted and repentant in Psalm 51. Then he wrote Psalm 23, Psalm 32 next, where he asked for forgiveness, and then he wrote Psalm 139. Those three in that order, where he was praising God and felt restored to God. So there's another little section. So I love Psalm 51, 32, 139, Psalm 100, Psalm 46, Psalm 84. You guys could go on and on with your list of Psalms that you love. There's so many great Psalms, but I'm going to look at Psalm 23 this morning. And so you guys hang out with me just a little bit. TikTok, you guys with me? Hey, TikTok, stick around. Watch what we're doing. It's pretty cool. Hi, Dunedin. I'm glad you're here this morning. Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So we know right off the bat, David is saying, God, you are my shepherd, and because you are my shepherd, I shall not want. It's not that I don't want because I'm such a good person. I'm not in want. I'm not needy. I'm not lacking anything in my life, and I'm not, because Lord, you are my shepherd. So David loves this illustration of God being the great shepherd. It's a little harder for us to wrap our brain around that because we don't live in a world of shepherding, right? The way they did. Everybody understood shepherding. Everybody understood shepherd and sheep. It was very common to them back then. And whenever you mentioned, God, you are my shepherd, it was easy. They easily understood the point, because literally sheep are dumb. They're if you've ever raised sheep or been around sheep, they're incapable of functioning on their own. They have to be shepherded. They're incapable. They're lost without their shepherd. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know. They'll just walk off a cliff. They'll literally just walk off a cliff. They'll wander off. You know, you got the herd of sheep there, and there's tigers over there. They'll just go, a tiger, that looks fun, and they'll just go walk right over to the tiger. They're stupid that way. They have no instincts of protection. They have no way of seeing the danger around them. They have to have a shepherd or they will just be destroyed. I remember in Africa, whenever we were over in Kenya, Africa, watching the people over there, where the dude's job all day long, the owner of that little land and his animals, his only job is to move the flocks around as the shepherd, even to make them go down and drink water. Okay, it's time now to go. Come on, sheep. Let's go down. Now, the sheep didn't even figure out that he's thirsty and needs to go over there to the river to get a drink. He is incapable of taking care of himself. And that's why David loves the idea of shepherd and sheep. That's who God is to us. God is our shepherd. We are lost. I don't want to sound ugly that we're just dumb. We're not dumb, but we don't see what God sees. We're not aware of the world around us the way God sees the world around us. He is our great shepherd. You know, I think I've told you this story on here before. When a sheep would keep wandering off, it was this one sheep that keeps wandering off. Literally, the shepherd would go out, get the sheep, bring him back over and over again until he got tired of that. And then he would break the sheep's leg. And he would break his leg and put him on his shoulders. Have you ever seen images of a shepherd carrying a sheep? He's doing that because he's broken his leg on purpose so that the sheep has to be carried on the shepherd's shoulders until it mends and heals and the sheep never wanders off again. Sometimes God breaks our legs to bring us back to him and we don't wander off again. Again, the beautiful picture of what it means to be a shepherd and a sheep. I'm thankful to be a sheep. I'm thankful for my shepherd. And honestly, think about what it means when God looks down at the earth and there are so many people that won't follow God, won't listen to God. And they're just sheep wandering around. They think they know what they're doing. They think they're really smart. They think they're independent and fierce. They think, but Satan is just devouring them like a lion over and over again. I'm thankful to be a sheep under the great shepherd God. And how foolish am I if I don't follow his leadership? How foolish am I if I don't submit to his shepherding? You hear the rooster? Right? By the way, the sheep constantly, the healthy sheep are constantly watching the shepherd. All right, what do we do next? I just wish we could all go live as a shepherd for about a month and understand the sheep just constantly, if the shepherd walks that way, they walk that way. If the shepherd gives them a command to go that way, and the shepherd has a shepherd's hook, and he'll grab the sheep around the neck and bring you back into the fold. I so want to be like a sheep that is completely dependent on my shepherd. Psalm 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Now that makes more sense, huh? After we talk about it, sheep and shepherd. Now that makes more sense. Why David says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. That's what the shepherd does. Hey, sheep, this is good food. This is good grass for you. Let's go over here. Now, lay down. Lay down right there. Rest right there. Lay down, sheep. Rest right there. If we'll just listen to God, he tells us, go lay down. Go lay down right over there. Go rest. Here's your resting place. Hey, sheep, here's your resting place. Sorry, let me clean you guys off a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Here's your resting place, sheep. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. And we're thankful. Lord, thank you for providing a place for me to lie down. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the quiet water. This is David as a sheep talking to God about God. God leads me beside quiet waters. It's how I feel out here right now. It's how I feel when I'm fly fishing up in the mountains and I'm just sitting. I go fly fishing a lot. I actually don't fish a ton. I sit and just marvel at creation because it's so peaceful, quiet waters. Picture God leading you as a sheep, and he leads you besides quiet waters. What he's picturing here, you guys, is the idea that God provides green pasture as a sheep and quiet waters to water and drink from. Those are places of peace and rest. And God just says, look, just follow me. Just listen to me. And ultimately, just trust me. And it will feel like a sheep in a green pasture and by quiet waters. When you trust me, you will rest and find peace and nourishment. You shall not want when you trust God. When you stray away and say, I'm out, sorry, I don't like that way. That way looks scary. That way doesn't look good. I'm going to go this way. I'm done. I'm going to do it my own way. You're wandering away from green pastures and quiet waters as a sheep. You're wandering over to the edge of the cliff and on jagged cliffs and you're on your own, just over the mountain where God is green pastures and quiet waters. See what David is saying here? Trust God. Just trust your shepherd. Just trust him. Trust your shepherd to walk by green pastures and quiet waters. When we do that, then we get to verse 3. Trust God. Yes. When we do that, then we get to verse 3. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Did y'all just hear that gunshot? That wasn't over here where somebody would be hunting. That was up by some houses over there. A coon, possum, armadillo. I don't know. Somebody just shot something. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be headed over there and figure out what just happened. Interesting. Verse 4. All right. green pastures. Verse 4. This is what David said. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Catch on to that. Catch on to that, guys. What is your valley today? What are you afraid of? What's hard? What's your suffering? What's your difficulty? What's heavy on your heart today? Read this again with me. Even though I walk through that valley of the shadow of death, whatever it is, whatever your valley of shadow of death is, whatever's hard for you, your illness, your rejection, your hurt, your past abuse, your past abandonment, your past rejection, that spouse that doesn't love you well, those kids that aren't walking with the Lord, whatever it is that is your valley of the shadow of death, David has a solution. And he's trying to help us understand this concept of the solution, even though, and trust me, people at this time, life was hard. Like somebody doesn't like you, they just kill you. Life was hard during this season. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you're with me. Why do I not fear evil? Why do I not fear? Because I trust you. I trust your rod and your staff. That's this shepherd's hook that God will guide me and lead me back to safety. I trust you. Well, this is Texas. It is so Texas. I hear gunshots every day. Half of them are ours here on the ranch. All right, we're out shooting targets or predators or pigs or whatever. So yeah, lots of gunshots out here. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. God, you are with me. The shepherd stays with the sheep. The shepherd never abandons the sheep. The sheep abandon the shepherd, but the shepherd never abandons the sheep. Am I right? Amen. Are you with me? We do wander off, but God never wanders off. You are with me. We know in the New Testament, God says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Jesus said, I fear no evil, for you are with me. God will never leave you. You may leave him, but he will never leave you. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table. Verse 5. Keep going here. Verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. I love that. The enemies are over there trying to get to you, but they can't touch you because God is your shepherd. And not only they're watching God prepare a table for you. Here's food. Come here, sit at my table, eat, enjoy, rest. All that while all these enemies are all around me, wanting to destroy me, wanting to kill me. And God's standing like this, looking at them. And he's going, go ahead, child. Go ahead, sheep. Sit down. Eat. Don't be afraid. Don't. We're trembling because our enemies, and God is going, I got this. Sit down. Eat. Rest. They won't touch you. I got this. That's the picture he's saying. You prepare a table before my enemies and say, sit down and eat and rest. Don't worry about them. They're not going to touch you. I'm God, and I got this. I set a perimeter of safety around you. I got this. Do you believe that? God says, I got this. Don't mess with my kids. Mama bear comes out. I love that. That's the sheep eating in the green pasture and the shepherd walking around the sheep, protecting them. A lion comes up, shepherd takes care of it, right? I got this. You rest, you eat, you be fulfilled, you nourish yourself. Sit by the stream and just rest and relax. Close your eyes. It's like me out fly fishing in the mountains of Colorado, and I can see 5 or 6 bears and 3 or 4 mountain lions and a couple of bobcats, and they're all sitting around me, and I just close my eyes and lay back. I got a satchel full of fish that smell really good that they would all love to have, and I just close my eyes and I just sit back in the sun and listen to the river go by without fear. Because I've got a shepherd protecting me, right? That's what it's kind of like. I wouldn't actually do that because God also gave me a brain of common sense. But in the world around us, that's the way we're supposed to be. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy, and you have anointed my head with oil. And not only do you have food, but your cup runneth over. Your cup overflows. You're not only just going to get by. God is going to overflow your cup. He's going to give you abundance. God gives you more than you need in this life. God gives you we just think we're so near death. Poor HEB is out of beans. I can't find a burger. I don't have electricity. I know it was hard, Texas, but God gives for 8,000 years, 6,000 years, people have survived without all that stuff. It's only been in the last 100 years that we have all that stuff. For 8,000 years, or however old the world is, people have survived without electricity and without a grocery store. Humanity has survived for the eternity of the earth until the last 60 years, 70 years without that stuff. And we went into a panic as though we're all going to die. No, God gives abundance. The fact we have electricity at all is an abundance and overflowing. You prepare a table for me before my enemies. You have anointed me with oil. My cup overflows. Look at this. Verse 6. Everybody get to verse 6 here. It's so good. Verse 6. Surely goodness and loving kindness will follow me all of my days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's not just today. That's not just green pastures today or streams today. I will have eternity. Come here, Tess. Come here. Show you my sweet dog. Come on, Tess. Come here. Surely I will dwell in the house of the Lord. Come here, Tess. So my snotty dog walks off. Can you see her? Come here, Blue. And my little junk dog comes over here and he'll just take loving any way he can get it. And then there's Maud, the hound dog. TikTok, just so you'll see. How good is this? surely goodness and loving kindness will follow me all the days of my life. This is a promise in relation to me following the shepherd. When I follow the shepherd, when I allow God to be my shepherd, then goodness and loving kindness will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Forever, right? It's not just today or tomorrow, forever. I will spend eternity with God. Yeah, she's a Great Dane, Miss Tess. She's an armadillo eating fool too. There's some chickens coming around over here too. So I got the dog, somebody shooting a coon over there. I got the chickens going on over here. There's the rooster. We're out in the country. Well, Tess, you got no scruples at all. Did y'all see that? She just went to the bathroom right there. Oh my goodness. That was so funny. Well, welcome to social media, live social media. That was awesome. Tess, you got no class about you at all. Oh my goodness. I apologize for that. Welcome to the farm, right? How good is Psalm 23? We're done. How good. Have you ever read Psalm 23 like that? Have you ever walked through Psalm 23 like that? So many things in here. What's your takeaway? What is your takeaway from today? Yeah, but she feels better. She walked in green pastures. Tess told you that she thought my invitation. Yeah, Tess wasn't impressed with what I had to say. Texas, we're in South Texas is where we are. Beautiful view, yes. There's a river, a stream that runs right down here, that row of trees right there. There's a little creek that runs down there. It's really cool. Shelly wants us to pray for Cameron. He's lost in this world of craziness. Y'all be praying for Shelly's son, Cameron. Yes, Shelly, we'll be praying for that. The Funny Farm. It's the roosters right over here. Can y'all see them? My mother-in-law let the chickens out, and they come over here and root around. That's what's going on over there. And it looks like I'm going to be potentially trying to replace a clutch on a John Deere tractor today. We'll see. We're going to go down the back of the property in just a little bit and go check some things out. What's your takeaway today? Happy to get to meet Tess a few years ago. Trust in the Lord and you'll have peace. Cassie, good takeaway. I will lack nothing as long as I'm resting at his feet. Yes, Casey, you lack nothing. As much as we think we do, we don't. There's no other trusting like trusting God. It's just not possible. Yes, Pamela. Praying for Shelly. Yes. Takeaway, God is always our side watching us. Yes. Thank you, Steve. I love the explanation today. I'll never really know or thought about how sheep are. And it brings so much clarity to me. Good, Stephanie. I'm glad it helped you understand that. Farm sounds everywhere. Yeah, we got the dogs, got the chickens, birds. We got a gun going off. The Lord is all I need. He provides everything to sustain my soul. Sarah is going to break my legs when I stray. Yes, Ashley. I'm going to the farm. Thanks, Steve. Continued prayer. Somebody asked where I was in Texas. Are these devotionals happening daily? I get that question all the time. Yes, we do it. I have a Bible study every morning. You can do it's every morning, same time, 7:30 Central, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time every morning. TikTok Live, Facebook is the way to do it, though. I read the comments mostly on Facebook. It's called Quiet Time Bible Study with Steve Levitt. Sarah is actually texting me. We're trying to get together here in Texas. I'm down here in Texas. A lot of people can't get together on Friday. I couldn't read what else you said there, Sarah. Maybe we need to discuss when we can all get together. I want to get together with everybody in the New Braunfels area. Anybody who wants to come can come, but I'm going to be in the New Braunfels area for the next 2 weeks. We're trying to find a time where we can all get together. Maybe even just go out to the grist mill and have dinner one night. I'm not sure. Just pick a night and we can all, whoever can meet. Everybody message Sarah. Remember our deal? You made me sister. Yeah, there's probably some deal going on there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I love going to the farm. Thanks, Steve. Continue to teach me, lead me closer to God every day. Sheep raising them. Yeah, it'll change things. Remember our deal. A beautiful psalm, bring them peace. Will do. Great discussion in psalm prayer. Thanks, Steve. That would be fun. Let's just pick a night. Everybody go on to Quiet Time Bible Study with Steve Levitt and throw out the night over the next 2 weeks. Probably next week sometime would be better. Maybe even a weeknight where we can just all meet at the grist mill and eat outside. Look at the weather forecast. When's it going to be warm? We can all go to the grist mill, and they got tables of 20 people out there outside and have dinner if we can all meet. Yeah, we just need to pick a night whenever everybody can come. So and we'll all get together and have dinner. We'll sup. We'll fellowship and sup together. Quiet Time Bible Study with Steve Levitt on Facebook is really the place to meet us. Yes. So, any other questions or comments? I haven't been watching TikTok. Is there anything else that I've missed on TikTok? If you guys want to talk about anything, Psalm 23. I don't know. We'll see. We may do another Psalm or some Proverbs tomorrow until I feel inspired for some book of the Bible. I just don't know what it is yet. I don't want to just jump into something without. I want to keep thinking about what I just don't know yet. I haven't got a good read on it. Steve, check my phone. I can't because I'm looking at TikTok. I'll try it. Steve, check my phone. A lot of people can't make it next Friday. Do you think we should just get together last minute tomorrow sometime? Sarah says tomorrow sometime. It's crazy tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow could work. Y'all watch Quiet Time Bible Study with Steve Levitt page today. Everybody watch that page today. We'll talk some more. Maybe we could go to the grist mill if the weather's going to be pretty. Even tomorrow or sometime this. Yeah, I'll pray for you guys for you. Yeah, I do get pumped up sometimes. Tomorrow afternoon, Sarah says. Hey, Marty. Marty, are you still? Marty. I don't think she can hear me. Let's tentatively talk about that. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Grist mill tomorrow. It's supposed to be warm, I think. Everybody watch the Facebook page, Quiet Time Bible Study with Steve Levitt Facebook page. Yeah, and we'll just keep working on it. All right, let me pray for you guys. We'll wrap it up for the day. Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for our time in your word. Thank you for Psalm 23 and what a beautiful encouragement it is to us. Thank you for being our great shepherd, and that help us to see our sheepness. Lord, help us to recognize our need for the shepherd, that we don't wander off into danger. Lord, thank you that you love us, that you will never leave us nor forsake us. Lord, thank you that you are in constant protection for us. Help us to rest in green pastures and by quiet waters. Lord, it's there for us. Help us to choose to rest in those places under your great shepherding. Thanks for loving us. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. It's a good word today, huh? Sandy said she can't make it tomorrow. You guys, we'll talk about it. I need to talk to Marty too. I don't even know what our plans are. I don't think we're doing anything. I started my intensive Monday morning. I start my intensive Monday morning. So we'll see. I hate saying anything for sure. It's good stuff today, huh, Courtney? She can't make it that fast. Well, possibly next weekend's out for me. I've got a wedding rehearsal dinner Friday night, wedding Saturday, possibly Sunday next week, a week from Sunday, possibly. So you can see me fumbling because I don't make any decisions without my sweet bride. And I don't know what her plans are for sure either. All right. You're welcome, JJ. You guys have a super terrific, great day. Keep on keeping on. TikTok, I will stick around for just a minute. If you have any other questions on TikTok, I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Theological, biblical, how to cut your hair, whatever. Be glad to answer whatever TikTok. So hang on TikTok if you have any questions. Mama keeps the calendar for sure. I just show up with Bible in hand. A weeknight next week. Day trip, so I have to plan ahead. Yeah. Sarah, I'll text Marty. Yes, Sarah, you got it figured out. That's exactly right. All right. You guys have a great day. Oh, my battery's about to die. You guys have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Bye-bye.